Mr. Crenshaw, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear John. Happy birthday to you.
Thank y'all.
There you go. All right, this court's called to order. Declare that there's a quorum. Have Ms. Gentho lead us in a word.
Following the Holy Week, dear Lord, for our transgressions. And I thank you, dear Lord, for loving us as you do. And I ask, dear Lord, for guidance over this meeting. I pray to Lord that your will be done. And I ask this in Christ's name. Amen.
Pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So y'all don't think I was completely cruel. James asked me to do that before we started the meeting.
Yeah.
All right, Ms. Gentho,
All right.
proceed.
We have minutes from the regular meeting on March the 24th and special minutes from April the 7th. And then we have a personnel report. We have a certification of additional revenue. We have amendment changes by fund. We have an unreconciled auditor's report of April the 9th, 2025. We have department financial reports, county clerk, sheriff, JPs 1 and 2, constables 1 and 2, ECAD, AgriLife, district clerk, tax collector, and DMV. We have 7 bills, claims, and accounts. Is that correct? Okay. The Open Meetings Act and the Public Information Act, we have Darrell Dyer. Cybersecurity, we have Daniel Eckert, Joey Johnston, Kenneth Saunders, Randy Barton, Scotty Hallmark. And purchasing acknowledgments, we have Christopher Fetter, Rodney Helmuth, Dakota Higgins, Dakota McComber, Jediah Palante, Jasmine Ramsey. And that's all I have, Judge.
Okay. Chief.
Yes, I'm going to start with the budget amendments. There is most of the report is budget adjustments. I have a budget amendment in the reports, and it's for community wildfire defense. There are several lines that are new. I will need permission to add those new lines, but we're just moving within budget to create those new lines. And it is going to take payroll budget, so I'll need permission also to move the existing payroll budget into uniform allowance.
Okay.
And
I have a correction, Judge. I did not see the auditor's unaudited financial report for February 2025 in my emails.
oh, it's a link.
Okay.
Yeah, this one wanted to be a link.
And Ginger sent that link too.
I believe she did. Yes. And then I will go over the February report, and this is the abbreviated version of that report. Christina has already presented her February, but when she presents, it's when her bank statements are reconciled. I have not reviewed the month, nor have we entered the funds that the other offices hold into general ledger. So there's some differences, but they're not major. So the first page of this report is the statement of cash position. And we're looking at the actual ending balance column. So end of February, general fund. All funds on deposit for the county, $4,121,611.61. Road and Bridge, $1,080,284.99. On the second page, at the bottom, also under actual ending balance, general ledger balance, all funds on deposit for the county, $10,822,996.60. The next report is the statement of revenue and expense for county funds. And if you'll look at the column that says physical activity, it's showing for each fund revenues and expense, and then the surplus or deficit. So a positive is good, a negative, there's a deficit. So general fund at the end of February had a $236,629.37 surplus. Road and Bridge had a $973,320 surplus. And all the other funds are listed. And the last 2 pages, same report for state funds, which is adult and juvenile probation. And that's the February report in a nutshell, Judge.
Okay.
And then for the April report, I did not reprint it because it is a summary report. Same general fund, statement of cash position, the actual ending balance as of April 9th, $5,456,584.17. So we are up from February. And Road and Bridge, $969,971.87. On the second page, all funds on deposit for the county, $11,914,849.21. And then the statement of revenue and expense for the county, and then for state funds also.
Okay, dokie. Any questions for our auditor?
I would ask in the motion to give me permission to add the new lines to for the budget adjustment.
Wildfire.
For the wildfire.
Use the payroll items.
And move from payroll line items. Yes. Thank you, Kathy.
Motion by Mr. Wilson, and a second by Mr. Maxwell to also not only approve but to add the line items to the budget. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. That's the first time I've ever been able to this is the floor, really.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Those are the payables.
This is the first time I've ever been able to read Robert's signature. It says absent.
Those are just for us. Bless you.
Is that supposed to be the table? So you only five. It should be seven.
There's 6.
No, there's seven because Palmetto sent to you after
I didn't get it.
about 30 minutes after the other one.
I did not see it.
I didn't print it either. Is that the one you sent this morning?
We sent it to you this morning because I saw that it missed you, but it did everybody else on Friday. 30 minutes after I sent the other.
Yeah.
So we'll need to print that. Can Ginger print that?
But that's still just five. There's seven total.
No, there was 6 in there. I counted
1,
6.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
We have TDCJ,
Yeah, that's
District
seven.
Court Jury,
Mm-hmm.
Grand Jury, PRAP by fund,
Yep.
Distribution Report, gross wages.
Did I not correct one?
Today's table.
Yeah, there's 5 in here.
I got 7.
Can we need that one you sent out this
I
morning.
have this one. I don't have com data.
Which was this morning's. Do you have Comdata's, James?
Tom Data came out Friday.
Yeah, but I didn't get mine till today.
Oh, okay.
Yes, she didn't. We missed her.
And I missed it.
So what do we need printed?
Comdata, the one that y'all got Friday.
Hey, Ginger.
I got it.
Oh, she's got it.
Yeah.
She's got it, James. Thank you.
Okay.
One more. We got one more coming.
Run.
No.
Oh, we're together. For a little while. Good to go.
Chief Forbes, are we good ready to go? What's your thoughts on the burn ban? Do what? Yeah. Good deal. All right. That would be my recommendation as well. We've got high winds this week and no water.
They're
So-
gonna go Friday or Saturday, I think, when they said, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Motion.
Okay.
I'll second.
Motion by Mr. Wilson, second by Mr. Maxwell. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Pose same sign. Ginger, burn ban's back on.
You voting on all this?
Yeah, no.
Are you? Or
Do I
not?
need to be?
No?
No.
Okay.
No. Unless you think I need to.
No, you're good. Thank you.
I got voted off last time. I got voted last time when it was me and two commissioners. Emergency amendments?
None.
Okay. Discussing, consider modifying the courthouse third floor maintenance closet to use as temporary restroom and other alternatives. Donnie Gray in the house. In the flesh.
Heard back from historical. They said it was no problem on going ahead and going with it.
Okay.
And it's temporary.
Did you get your email? I thought I sent one to you.
How long will it take them?
As soon as I get an okay, get them on the schedule, probably within a month. I have some electrical I got to move and paint it and put a drop ceiling in and them. So probably roughly.
How much was this?
Everything probably gonna be about $5,100.
Okay.
Well, that'll give us an opportunity to get that done before that murder trial starts. Okay, I think we need to move forward with getting that done. So I'll entertain a motion.
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Wilson, second by, second, Jim?
I'll see.
Okay, second by Mr. Crenshaw. All those in favor say aye. Post same sign.
No.
Motion carries. Proceed,
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Gray. D, Assistant County Auditor Galia Olivas to present review the new employee files for October 1st through February 4th.
We did our audit at the end of February, trying to give time because it's always a new thing that occurs when you have a new position. It takes a while to get everything in order and still continue to learn, and we think Lisa's doing a great job. It just takes a while. There are certain things by law that we have to have in a personnel jacket, and certain things by law you are not allowed to have in a personnel jacket. Through these audits, it was notated what was missing, what was correct. And the main thing is we have to be very careful because the county gets audited as well by Conley. And they'll come in and they don't let you know who they're going to pick in an employee's personnel jacket. They just give you a list, and they'll have part-time, they'll have full-time, they'll have terminated. And so they go through and they audit us as well. So it's critical that we keep our files in order. And just so you know, Loretta was my auditor the whole time I did payroll and HR, and she caught me on several things too. So you learn as you go. But the main thing is we have 3 days of hire when we hire an employee through E-Verify, that we have to submit that information by law, so that we know if that person is eligible to work in the county, in the state. And the Attorney General, it's the same thing, men or women. Every single employee has to be run through the Attorney General's office. The other of these is critical because there's a requirement by Texas of what you have in a personnel jacket. And all these on the first row is what's required, in the second row too. The third row here is what we do in our systems and in the personnel file as well. And as you can tell, some of it was a lot of things missing, and some of it had very little missing. They started getting the hang of it and realizing. And Lisa was not aware that you couldn't have any. She said, and then later on she came back and she said she forgot, because let me tell you, Lisa's job increased tremendously when she took over payroll and HR. That is a job that goes on 365 days a year. So like I said, she's doing great. And it will be time, we will do audits back and forth. It will be time that we also start auditing the terminated employees, and we'll give you all updates on that as well.
What's the purpose of auditing the terminated employees?
Because by law, we have certain things we have to have in a terminated employee's jacket too.
And if the terminated employees are not turned off in the benefits, the county's having to pay for benefits
That you can't
on
get
an
back.
employee that's no longer employed.
Yeah. Okay. Guess that makes sense.
Any other questions? Okay.
Thank you.
Well, thank y'all.
Thank you. Julie.
You're welcome.
Okay, need a motion to accept from Mr. Wilson,
I'll say.
second from Mr. Crenshaw. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Post same sign. Motion carries. E, discuss and consider take action on approving the waiver for David Boudry Ray Dunn, Billy Hobbs, for workers' comp liability for contract work. Ms. Key.
Yes, there is a statute in the Texas Labor Code saying anyone that works on a county building must have workers' comp insurance. This is a form promulgated by the district attorney's office. All three of these say that they are independent contractors, sole proprietors with no employees, and they are doing work on county buildings and just needs approval by the court, please.
Who do these work for?
Ray Dunn does quite a bit of work.
Yeah.
David Bouldry, I'm not sure what he's doing. I'm really not sure on the other two.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hobbs.
All right.
Hobbs, contractor, isn't
Generally.
Yeah. So I need a motion to approve the waiver.
it? I'll make it.
Motion by Mr. Crenshaw, second by Mr. Maxwell. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. F, discuss and consider ratification of the Connolly and Company LLP addendum to the February 4th, 2025 arrangement letter. Ms. Key.
This is just an addendum that Conley and Company sent. Judge did sign it on April 2nd, just asking the court to ratify it.
Okay, motion by Mr.
I'll say.
Maxwell, second by Mr. Crenshaw. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. G, County Auditor to file calendar year 2024 annual report as required by the Texas Local Government Code 114.025B.
I do not have that report. It is 4,100 something pages. If y'all would like a copy, I'll be glad to print one for you, but it is a requirement that I file it.
Was that the attachment called the general ledger
Um,
that was sent out?
yes, and it's been a while. I think I sent that out myself.
Okay.
I don't want a copy.
You don't want one?
So we need four copies here?
It's almost a whole box of paper.
Yeah. Send it to the judge.
Okay. So, motion to accept the report. Motion by Mr.
I'll
Maxwell, second by Mr. Crenshaw. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. 8, County Auditor. Provide information on opioid abatement receipts, list of opioid remediation core strategies, and other approved uses approved by the Texas Trust, Texas Treasury Safekeeping Trust Company, and annual reporting requirements. I think there's quite a bit of trust in that title.
There is a lot of trust, but now they're telling us they don't trust us, and we're now going to have to report. And I gave you a report that just shows what we've received. For 2023, we received $16,410.23. 2024, we received $3,192.49. And we just received $15,574.64, which was in the certifications of additional revenue today. The county has to have a program for these funds. The first payment, I believe we could kind of do whatever we wanted to do with it. And you should have each received this. There are a list of programs, and I've gone through these. I've talked to the DA a while back when we first started receiving funds. There's limited programs, and all of it is basically to support people in treatment and recovery for opioids. I think there needs to be a meeting to sit down with the sheriff, the DA, Adult probation, they send people to treatment, but it's different. It needs to be a program by the county. So we kind of need to see if any of these fit into something we're doing, or if we can recreate it, or we probably need to send the funds back if we can.
I'll work on getting the sheriff and the DA together and you for the meeting.
Okay.
Brother, can you send me a list of what those programs are?
Yes, sir. You want me just to send it, or you want this paper copy? I have multiple copies of this.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out how to somehow sandwich that in with your MHMR people, your MHMR deputies. But it's all about treatment. I mean, it's, and I don't disagree with Ms. Key. I mean, I don't want to try to put a square peg in a round hole if we can't figure out a program to put it into. Then I'll just soon send them the money back because you're going to spend a lot of time, just documenting it. So do we need to accept that just as a report at this point?
If you would, please.
Okay. Motion to accept this as a report.
I'll make it.
Motion by Mr. Crenshaw. Second by Mr. Wilson.
Okay.
All those in favor say aye. Post same sign. Motion carries. County auditor to file equipment lease purchase agreements between First National Bank, Wichita, DBA, First National Bank leasing in Eastland County. That's key.
We currently have 19 leases for a total of $2,523,894.47. I did file each of the leases with the court.
I only counted 18, but
Okay, if there's not 19,
I'll check.
let me know.
Okay.
And all of these, the end date is February 10th, 2026.
Do we just need to accept those?
Mhm.
Okay.
Motion.
Okay, motion by Mr. Wilson.
Second.
Second by Mr. Maxwell. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Post same sign. Motion carries. Discuss and consider granting permission to pay principal and interest on lease purchase agreements as U.S. Forest Service CWDG grant funds are received. That's key.
Christina Dodrell and I worked together to kind of come up with a plan, because once we received reimbursements, and the first reimbursement was sent to the Forest Service on February 10th, reimbursement request. I now have 6 reimbursement requests in. They told us 4 to 6 weeks, so I am expecting reimbursements for all of these lease purchases any day now. So what we would like is permission to, as soon as we receive that revenue, go ahead and make payment, get a payoff, make payment without having to bring it to court first. Mm-hmm. And there is one more $90,000 lease. It's for the boom mower, and it's circular blades. What has not come in yet?
It's just the 5 mowers for the aspen. They're basically brush hogs or mowers.
Okay.
They go on the aspen.
Oh, I understand brush hog. I didn't understand what it was called. So when those come in, I'm going to have to submit that last one, get them paid, and then submit a request for reimbursement. And that will be the final one for the big equipment purchase.
Okay.
So if we could get permission to just go ahead and proceed without bringing payment to Commissioner's Court, it would save the county money.
Motion.
I'll second.
Motion from Mr. Maxwell to save money. Second by Mr. Crenshaw. Yeah. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Including the county judge for saving money. All right. K, Discuss and consider certifying revenue from scrap metal sales in the departmental expenditure budgets. Mr. Crenshaw,
Yeah, I was,
his birthday boy.
get permission to sell the scrap metal that we have and put it back into our budgets instead of, whatever we're doing.
We were basically doing a contribution.
Yeah. So,
When that was adopted, there was not a provision for recycling as one of the approved methods of disposal. So the court decided to contribute it to one of the 501c3s in the county. Sandy Cagle and Jim Keffer took that to the legislature and got recycling as an approved method. So now, if the commissioners want that money in their budget, and budgets are short, so
what do y'all think about that? I mean, would you rather have it back or just leave it the way it is?
No, I mean, it started, that scrap started with you, right?
Well, yeah, I'm sure I'm not the only one to sell scrap metal, but
No, but I'm just saying, I mean, that's to me, that makes perfect sense.
in
I
fact,
mean,
I
it
thought
needs to
that's
go
the way
back
we
in.
did it. And, I have received money back on scrap before, certification, what is that, however you do that.
yeah, certified revenue.
Yeah. No, I think that's the way to go.
I guess it's too late and swear on that. We sold 3 or 4 months ago on ours.
That's already been certified and paid out. Yes, sir.
You'll wind up with more.
Sir.
I said you'll wind up with a whole lot more before it's over.
Yeah.
Well, y'all pick it up on the roads too, don't you?
Yeah, pile it up in the yard. Sometimes we have old culverts we pull out, replace and stuff, and sits in the yard, so we decide to go sell it.
No, I think that's a good way to handle that and stuff. Anyway, entertain a motion to help Mr. Crenshaw out.
Motion.
Motion from Mr. Wilson and second
I'll second.
by Mr. Maxwell. All those in favor say aye.
It's just gonna be just for his precinct or all precincts?
I think we'd probably have to do it individually.
You can do it for all precincts.
Okay.
Into departmental expenditure, yeah, because it's not specific to his.
Is it just precincts or is it like voting? That just says departmental.
I guess for anybody that sells scrap metal.
That'd be helpful for us too, because we're already
Yeah,
quite a bit of.
y'all gonna pick up quite a bit,
Yeah.
probably,
We want to modify that then.
For all the parts.
Let all the departments.
for all.
Okay. You want to make that motion again?
Yes, sir. Motion.
Motion by Mr. Wilson, second by Mr. Maxwell. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Post same sign. All right, good catch. Discussing possible action to approve the review of county election precinct boundaries to determine compliance pursuant to Texas Election Code 42, on and on. Ms. Rogers.
Every 2 years, odd number years, we're required to review our precincts and make sure they're in compliance. A voting or an election precinct cannot contain more than one commissioner's precinct, justice precinct, congressional district, state representative district, state senatorial district, or state board of election district. All of our voting precincts only contain one of each. The population requirements, because we are under 50,000, it can contain fewer than 50 registered voters, but it cannot contain more than 5,000. Precinct 1, these are voting precincts. Precinct 1 has 2,845, 2 has 361, 3 has 1,568, 4 has 350, 5 has 685, Precinct 6 has 330, 7 has 2,152, Precinct 8 has 2,808, Precinct 9 has 573, and our commissioners' precincts, Precinct 1 has 2,845, Precinct 2 has 2,852, Precinct 3 has 3,167. Precinct 4 has 2,808. They are all in compliance according to Texas election law. So can we make just a motion to accept this as is, that the precinct lines will not have to be redrawn?
Yeah.
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Maxwell, second by Mr. Crenshaw. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Do you need a copy?
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Crenshaw, Mr. Maxwell.
We've got one.
You do have one, Judge.
Yes. Discussing, M, thank you.
Thank y'all.
Discussing and consider taking action on allowing the sheriff to enter into an MOU/contract with the Health Plan Freedom Inc. Sheriff Wager.
Yeah, this is just, the more I read this, it's not really a contract, it's an MOU with these people. But we had a meeting with Health Plan Freedom, and what they do is this would allow us to sign up inmates on the Affordable Health Plan Act. And in doing so, it would, when we got to take people to the hospital or prescription from the hospital outside of turnkey, what we do, we would have a maximum payout of $1,800, and that's and then on like normal stuff, we'd have like a $20 copay instead of, we've spent $15,000 on HIV medication alone this year. So we believe that this would help. It doesn't cost us a dime. Most all the inmates would qualify up until they're sentenced. Once they're sentenced, then it drops off from there. And then we would have a little window between their sentencing and when they go to TDC that we would be responsible. But we feel that this would probably save us several thousands of dollars every year. Don't know how much, without testing it out and trying it out. But what would happen is they'd come in, we'd fill out the paperwork when they're booked in and send it in this company, and it would get all done. And then once they're out of prison, then they can reactivate and have it too. I think it'd be a good thing for the county. There's really no downside to us doing it. It's more paperwork, a little more on us to do when they're booked in, but the payoff could be saving several thousands of dollars if it works,
Or more.
And there are several counties that are on it and are starting to switch to it. So just trying to come up with some stuff to
We'll
start saving some healthcare money. It gets expensive when we go to the hospital.
No, I appreciate you doing that. Anything that we save is money back into the pot. So thank you for doing that.
So I really just got to sign this thing and send it back. I don't think that I require anything from y'all, but
You need a motion to enter the MOU and allow the sheriff to sign.
Motion.
Okay, motion by Mr. Maxwell, second by Mr. Crenshaw. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Can you get
You're
me a
good,
copy of
good.
that, please, sir?
Me too, please.
on an MOU.
Yes, sir. For the
Okay.
record. I appreciate your cooperation.
Okay, consider the CWDG department accepting the donation of 20-foot container from Brazos Beat Containers of Grayford, Texas. Mr. Forbes.
Thanks, Dave. Ron and his going around getting quotes for the cargo containers we talked about that we wanted at the Carbon Yard. Came across this gentleman that has family out in Carbon, so he wants to donate a 20-foot container. We've received pictures of that container, and it's in good shape. Very good deal for us. We've already had a plan together for getting it picked up and taken over, going to commissioners on what equipment we need to go pick it up and get it delivered. So,
Okay.
What is the value?
$2,400.
Okay.
Retail value is $2,400. He has $1,800 in it.
We'll need to send a donation letter. It's on Ginger's computer.
A donation letter to this person? Was that what says that he's donating?
It's accepted it when the court accepts it.
How about we just take a picture of it with the carbon yard and say it's been accepted and thank you for your donation. Okay, need a motion to accept the donation of 20-foot container from Brasses Beat Containers of Brayford, Texas. Motion by Mr. Wilson, second by Mr. Maxwell. All those in favor say aye. We like free stuff. Doesn't cost us anything. Get with Ginger about us getting him a donation letter so we can have that on file. Discuss and consider taking possible action to approve the resolution for labor standards compliance procedures for GLO CDBG grant funded projects because GLO can't seem to ever find a spot to get the heck off our neck. Oh, is that on record?
Yes.
Good.
All the way around.
But we appreciate the funding.
Yeah, we appreciate the funding, but good gosh. And White Cotton with Langford's done an outstanding job of getting kind of running interference, with all that stuff that's going on. So whose is that one? Yours?
No, that's not mine. I think it was sent to your office. But
Well,
It's-
anyway, yeah.
it's a resolution that needs to be adopted to comply with that grant.
Do we have the resolution?
I had a copy. It was with the documents.
Okay, I didn't catch that.
Mine's kind of tore up. Do you have a clean one?
Is that just my signature? Or is that everybody's signature?
It's just yours and Kathy's.
Okay. All right. Need a motion to for the resolution for the labor standards compliant procedures for GLO.
And allow the judge to sign.
And allow me to sign.
I'll second.
Okay. Motion by Mr. Maxwell, second by Mr. Crenshaw. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. This is asking for a resolution number. Do we give resolution numbers?
Yes, sir.
Could I get a copy of that when you've attested, please?
Yes. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Okay, executive session per government code 551074 personnel matters. Is this the same thing that we did before? And why are we going to have what? Hey, don't run off. Remember we talked about the IT stuff? I can't get into my Microsoft stuff. And it won't let me redo my password because it said I'm not a
I've got to go talk to Brad.